Gotta raise that shit. Come on. Thank you. What's that, man? Come on, Sash. I got on two. Do we do the espresso? Extra dark roast espresso, man. We gonna get super amplified. Fuck it, I say we do it. I say we do it. Let's go to the coffee bar and fire this bitch up. All right. Well, that's firing up. Dunkin' Donut espresso from the coffee bar. We got a lot to talk about. Sasha, I'm going to need you. Guys, you know what Sasha's got to do, right? We got to talk some wrestling. Tell Sasha what she's got to do. First of all, you got to re-up Seg 3 on that, Sasha. There you go. I wanted Seg 3 on that. That's right, my amp unit knows. My amp unit knows what you gotta do, Sasha. Come on, unit, you gotta tell Sasha louder. She's stubborn. Sasha, cut my motherfucking music. Cut it. Cut my music. That's right. My unit. Oh, look at my unit up in here, man. Full effect. Now, my right-hand man, JR9 Gaming, I don't know if he's going to be able to be up in here, guys. He's actually on his way to Cardiff, Wales. He'll be at the Clash at the Castle. He's my inside reporter. Everything you see in that stadium, he's going to be reporting back to the Amplified unit. So, absolutely pretty badass, man. Then I got a couple people actually too. Ashley Steggles, man. I don't know if you're up in here. Ashley's going to be over there as well. To Cardiff, Wales for the Clash. So I got some inside reporters from the stadium, man. Gonna be badass. So I hope they have a great time, man. Come back with all the info you possibly can, man. I need those inside reporters. Let's get this coffee fired up. Man, do we have some stuff to talk about, man. I know when I give it a time, it usually never works. I'm going to try to keep you guys no longer than an hour. I'm going to try, all right? I got some super VIPs that already came in. I'm going to shoot the shit with you guys at the tail end of this video. We got to talk Tony Khan, what he just fucking said about Thunder Rosa. It doesn't even matter if it's true or not, which obviously right now it's true. Probably till the end of time it'll be true. That's not the point. It's about, should you be saying that, dude? And what does that do for your talents? Especially the women's division. That was sad, man. This guy, somebody has got to do his press shit for him. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Punk and Mox. Was last week's gamble, did it pay off? We're actually going to find out live on the air the rating for AEW Dynamite. We're going to see if they were able to maintain that million plus, or did they already go back under a million? We're going to find out. We're going to talk WWE's rating for Raw. That catapulted back over 2 million, even with a shitty finish in their tag team match. We're going to talk Braun Strowman returning to WWE. Monday Night Raw, possibly this Monday. And what else are we going to fucking talk about, man? There's more, right? Bobby Fish is leaving AEW. There's just a lot to talk about. And first, man, I got to give a props as we were ending that last stream. Kim T. Kim T came in with a super chat right when we were ending. There was nothing I could do. The button was pressed. Sasha had already started the music up, and we were on our way out. So Kim T, I apologize for that, man, but I did get that super, so I just want to give you a shout out. Kim T says there's an indie wrestler named Luigi, and he works with pizza dough in his matches. I thought of Luigi Lugnuts. I'm also reminded I have to order more Kawaii coffee. Get that Kawaii coffee. You know how damn good it is. You know how amplified it gets, motherfuckers. Kawaii coffee is nothing to fuck with. Number 2, Luigi Lugnuts. Maybe he needs a manager. B, motherfucking C. But this is 2 different Luigis, I'm guessing, man. Luigi on the Independents, and then there's Luigi Lugnuts at the local bingo hall. Kim T. Pretty badass, man. I appreciate that super. And Adam Karaxin, who sent in a super thanks in that last video, that last live stream. Adam Karaxin with that $9.99. Appreciate it, buddy. Much love and respect back to you, Adam. So I thank you guys, man. And all my super chat VIPs, man. I'll get to you guys at the end of this live stream. I guess the only way to start off is exactly what the thumbnail, with the title, what it all says. Should I put regular creamer or a hazelnut in this espresso? This Dunkin' Donut espresso dark roast. You know what? Let's be bold, man. Let's go fucking hazelnut. This will be fucking badass. Let's see the texture on this shit. Ready? Watch this shit, man. This is the art of coffee making. I love when the creamer hits the coffee, you get to see just how fine grind it is. Oh, look at that, bro. Look at that. It's like a fucking firestorm. It's a thunderstorm. Look at that texture, huh? I don't even need to stir that too much, by the way. Give that a little fucking... I'll give that 2 fucking swirls, and that's about it, man. Boom. Okay, maybe 4. All right, a 5th. There you go. Salute. Before we start off, guys, salute to all my amplified unit. I know this is an impromptu live stream. I gave you guys about 20-something minutes of notice. But thank you, guys, man. There's a lot to talk about. I'll try to fit it into a small amount of time. Salute. Oh, that is strong, though. Yep, we're going to be fucking amplified by the time we start talking ratings. Which, by the way, let me make sure they didn't come out yet before we start talking Rosa and Tony Khan. Got to make sure these AEW ratings aren't out yet. I don't see anything yet. You guys will let me know, I'm sure, too, though. But, all right, so... This is, I just want to say, first of all, Tony Khan did a media kind of a conference call today. Media, I don't know what that even means. It's basically just a bunch of, like, fucking journalists for, like, Wrestle Inc., maybe content creators, I don't know. But Sean Ross Sapp was on this call, and this is where I'm getting this from, guys. So if you want a source, I'm taking this from Sean Ross. Usually he's right on the money. He says, and I quote... Tony Khan says he strongly disagreed with the criticism of Rosa and Punk's promo time for their title situations. Punk having to relinquish his title or say he's taking off and there has to be an interim champ, and then Rosa having 30 seconds compared to Punk's 8 minutes. So Tony Khan says he strongly disagrees with any criticism. What the fuck you talking? First of all, what do you mean you disagree with criticism? Thunder Rosa is always booked in those segments. Here she is literally saying she cannot be champion right now. She can't be champion anymore. When she comes back, she has to fight the new champion to see who the fucking champion is. That takes more than 30 seconds. It doesn't matter if you found out hours before the event took place, right? That's when you have to crack down and think of something creative. All hands on deck. So you don't understand the criticism? All right, let's keep moving on, though. Let's keep moving on. Per Sean Ross Sapp, this is what Tony Khan said. Disagrees with the criticism with Rosa and Punk's promo time for their title situations. He says if they're speaking honestly, an 8-minute promo with CM Punk is going to draw more than an 8-minute Thunder Rosa promo. And that's what he books for. So Tony Khan is saying, listen, I looked at Rosa. I looked at CM Punk. Punk deserves the 8 minutes. Rosa, sorry, you get 30 seconds. He literally says an 8-minute promo with CM Punk is going to draw more than an 8-minute Thunder Rosa promo. So right off the bat, may I say, and by the way, of course there's truth to that, no question. That's not what we're questioning. We'll get to that in a second. To anybody that ever says again, basically, why do you look at ratings? They don't matter, man. Just be a fan, right? Why do I pay attention to ratings? because that is a direct result of what we're getting on our television sets. Guys, if you're wondering at home why Rosa only gets 30 seconds all the time, Tony Khan just told you. It's because of ratings. But I'm not supposed to care about them? If you're a fan of Rosa, right? If this was Sasha Banks and Vince McMahon said, Sasha, you get 60 seconds tonight. Where unfortunately, even Sasha Banks, as great as she is, a lot of the times only got 1 or 2 minutes. How tragic is that? But if you're a fan, wouldn't you wonder why it's happening? But oh, no, I'm not supposed to talk about ratings, so I guess I'll never know why it's happening. Fuck that shit. If you're a wrestling fan, always pay attention to ratings. Fuck that little fucking douche in the front row. You see the guy in the front row all last night? Just enjoy wrestling, and this fucking schmuck carried it the whole fucking 2 hours. I wanted to slam my own head against a brick fucking wall. That's a beautiful message, jackass. Just enjoy wrestling. And he kept it there the whole fucking 2 hours. His arm's getting tired. You see him many times. He's like switching arms. He's thrubbing it around because it's hurting, right? It's hurting, but he wants all of us. He wants us all to just enjoy wrestling. You know what I'm going to enjoy, jackass? I'm going to enjoy when I no longer see you in the front fucking row. You fucking moron. Take that just enjoy wrestling sign, shine it up, and stick it up your fucking ass. You fucking moron. I could not stand that fucking sign last night. I enjoy good booking. Fuck your good wrestling. Because if the booking sucks, your wrestling means shit. It's the drizzling shits. Just enjoy wrestling, guys. Did you see my little sign? I kept it there all fucking night. You couldn't fucking miss it, jackass. All fucking night, this little fucking sign. Just enjoy wrestling. He's preaching to us. He's lecturing us. Stop talking about it. Just enjoy the wrestling, man. The message is amazing. And everybody's probably applauding him. Dude, I saw your sign, man. Wow. Dude, you're like the modern day I mean, you should enter politics. I mean, you could change the country. Your message was so thought-provoking. Just enjoy wrestling. Well, fuck! Why didn't we think of that? No. Just enjoy wrestling. Don't worry about the ratings, right? This is the shit that you hear on channels like this from fucking morons that thank goodness don't have a fucking voice in this community, or we'd all be putting our dome pieces through the nearest brick walls. We'll be taking Lucille with the barbed wire or without the fucking barbed wire, and we'd smash our own fucking dome pieces. Don't worry about the fucking ratings. Tony Khan is literally telling you. Tony Khan, he bluntly, and again, of course there's truth to it. Nobody's saying that Thunder Rosa is drawing like Punk, which, by the way, Punk isn't drawing as much as we thought he was going to, judging by the numbers. But nobody's saying that that's not honest. You can't say that, bro. You can't possibly, as the owner of the fucking company, go on a media call and say the words. Let me get Sean Ross Sapp's exact quote that he said. You cannot, as Tony Khan, the owner of the company, you cannot say an 8-minute promo with CM Punk is going to draw more than an 8-minute Rosa promo, and that's what I book for. You can't fucking say that shit, bro. Do you wonder, poor Thunder Rosa right now. Wonder if Rosa's trying to train, trying to get fucking better, trying to, rehab the fucking injury. Maybe she's just having a rough fucking day, and now she's reading all over the place what her boss just said. That is the equivalent to, I do not believe in her. Then why put the fucking title on her? And it's not just her. Unfortunately, her name came out of his mouth. But it's the whole women's division. You see how Tony Khan books them. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and he's got no faith in them. Now, I know WWE's a whole nother can of worms, right? Vince McMahon, the way he books them, I totally get it. At least Triple H, aside from this past Monday's debacle, which I still think was a VKM decision, but that's another story. Triple H usually books the females a lot fucking better. We've seen what he did in NXT, and so far, again, until this past Monday and that main event debacle, Triple H has done better. I expect that to improve going forward as well. But Tony Khan has never believed in the women. Never. And I know there was a couple fucking main events, right? Lights out with Britt Baker a couple of times and Rosa. I know they've had moments. And then it's right back to the beginning. Literally the next week, he doesn't know how to continue it. He doesn't know how to build. And I don't even believe, once he sees the ratings from the lights out matches, I don't believe I know for a fact. I know for a fact he's sitting there and he's going, well, the ratings didn't add up. I shouldn't be doing that. No, you have to build people's interest. You have to give them a reason to sit around for a multi-minute Thunder Rosa promo or any of your females. It can't just be Britt Baker, bro. And I'm a big fan of Baker. Trust me. But it can't just be Baker that is getting this shit. Or 2 minutes with Jade Cargill so she can say, Tony, cut the shit. Which I love that line, by the way. My point is, you can't say that. Poor Thunder Rosa is going to hear this now. She probably already has. This was in the last couple of hours that this media call had transpired. And now she's going to hear that her boss does not believe that if she cuts a multi-minute promo, it's going to draw a rating. BC, in fairness, he compared it to Punk. Punk's 8-minute promo. Rosa is not going to be able to achieve that. You don't know. You should never put a cap on your talent. Put a ceiling on your talent's potential. Tony Khan just literally gave Thunder Rosa and all of the females a reason to not fucking want to give a damn. A reason to not show up to work. Why the fuck would Thunder Rosa want to give 100% now after hearing that her own boss doesn't believe in her? I looked at Rosa's situation, and it wasn't deserving of an 8-minute promo. Well, first of all, and then he says, to his credit, he does say, well, we found out hours before the event. Okay, all hands on deck. You got to think of something better than 30 seconds backstage to relinquish the title. This tells you that Khan did not believe in her anyway, and this was just icing on the cake. I have been the first, I'm the most fucking fair critic on anything pro wrestling. The most fair you're going to find in this community is right here. I mean that wholeheartedly. That's not putting anybody else down. I am the most fair critic in this community because I look at it from every fucking angle imaginable, and then I dissect that motherfucker to a T. Thunder Rosa, at this point, is literally not one of the best female wrestlers in the world. Can she be? Most likely, yes. She is her own worst enemy a lot of the times. It's not just the matches with Evilise or Jamie Hayter accidentally breaking noses. No. It's more than that. It's way more than that. You look at Marina Shafir, who needed somebody. Marina Shafir needed somebody that was going to help her along in those matches because she's still greener than Lambeau Field grass for my Green Bay Packers. And instead, Thunder Rosa completely sandbagged her. Completely went into business for herself. No, I've seen way too many Thunder Rosa matches where I was just displeased and befuddled by her performance. By hers, nobody else's in the match. That's separate. Her, I expect better out of because I know her potential. So she admits, for anybody that says, BC, that's too harsh, Thunder herself on social just a few months ago said, I know there's a lot of room that needs to be improved, and I'm going to. Thunder Rosa herself said exactly what BC said, and I loved hearing that she was going to improve in those areas. And you know what happened? Khan never gave her the ball. He gave her a title, a nice shiny fucking toy that she can carry with her throughout airports, which is more of a nuisance than anything special. He gave her a nice shiny fucking title, and he never gave her an ounce of fucking care, respect, or let her have prestige and dignity with it. The bottom line is it doesn't really matter how good the talent is, or could be, or should be. If she's not giving the proper chance in the right booking, nobody will ever know. Tony Khan will never know, and Thunder Rosa will never know that she can reach those potentials. Tony Khan booked her like a grade A class schmuck. Whether I believe that she is one of the most talented females or not doesn't even matter. Tony Khan never gave her the chance. The title went on her, and that was the last we heard. I cannot tell you any memorable match she has had with that championship. There's been a couple of decent ones. That's it. When I think of her title reign, I think of Marina Shafir in the debacle, a Jamie Hayter, Nyla Rose at Battle of the Belts. I can't tell you anything relevant that she's done with that fucking title. You took the title off of Britt Baker to give it to Thunder for that shit? To hang out on AEW Rampage on Friday nights? To cut 30 seconds backstage promos because, according to Tony Khan, she ain't gonna draw worth a dime anyway, so make it 30 seconds. You guys see, man, why I say Thunder Rosa has potential to be a great female wrestler is because she does have the it factor. She has the persona, she has the character, she has the passion, she has the image. Thunder Rosa, you just take a visual, badass. Talent, she's got it. She doesn't put it together every fucking match. Something in Thunder Rosa doesn't click every fucking match. And now it dawned on me. If you had that for a boss and that's how he believed in you, maybe she doesn't have the incentive to do such. As an owner of the company, you cannot possibly go live on a media call and say that an 8-minute promo with Punk is going to draw more than an 8-minute Thunder Rosa promo, and that's what I book for. End quote. We know that, bro. You don't gotta say that and fucking take a shit on your women's roster. Thank you for letting Thunder Rosa in the majority, if not all of the ladies' locker room, thank you for letting them know that they're not CM Punk, they're not the dudes, and they're not going to draw. They don't need you to tell them that. Since the inception of women's wrestling, they've never gotten that type of rating. They've never gotten the audience to really give a fuck. That's why they count on people like you, Tony. People like you to help them. Help the audience give a fuck. Book them correctly. Put them in meaningful shit that captivates them. Intrigue their minds. No. Instead, we go on media calls when we should be booking because you're the head booker. You're the only booker in the company. But instead of doing your fucking job, you're on media calls every fucking day. Or once a week or twice a week, you're on Bubba Ray's Busted Open Radio. Less time doing media, more time focusing on the ladies, and maybe they can draw for you. Possibly. This is coming from, bro, you want to know how real I am? You want to know how real BC is? This is somebody who has been critical of Rosa from day one. Everything that I said was holding her back, why she has not had good match after good match consistently. I have been that dude. And to see how she's been booked is pathetic. To see what her boss says about her is even more pathetic or just as. You can't do that. You can't fucking do that to that poor girl who's already having a rough time as it is. And you're just going to go on a media call negligent, reckless. Well, what do you mean, why did I do it? Well, an 8-minute promo with Punk, an 8-minute promo with Rosa, do the math. Rosa's not going to draw like Punk. That's why she got 30 seconds. Oh, and to cover my ass, let's just be straight. We found out just hours before the event. Trying to wash his hands with it. No, you found out hours before. Now you get like minds together and you get creative. How can we have her drop the belt or find some stupid way to announce that we're going to have an interim champion because we didn't botch fucking Mox and Punk enough? They only gave her 30 seconds. I've always been critical of Thunder Rosa. I've been critical of anything that needs to be criticized in a high, alarmed, amplified way. What I hear from Tony Khan here is just the women's wrestling is broke, here in the States anyway. I don't know how other countries are. A lot of you guys are from different countries. Let BC and the unit know that in your country, maybe women's wrestling is just as good as the men's, maybe. I don't know. In America, even in AEW, you'll see the audience greatly just sits back, literally sits down, and they're just not that into it. And this is Tony Khan saying, well, that's just the way it is. And because I want to pull a better rating, I'm going to put them in these slots. They're going to be the bathroom break before the main event, 9 times out of 10. I'm going to give them 30 seconds to 2-minute promos. I'm going to make what they're doing, of course, 86 times less relevant than the men. And when you do that, it's a vicious cycle, right? Nobody's winning here. The ladies can't really get over. The rating will never improve. Tony Khan will have to book the same way, and nobody fucking wins, is what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. Man, this isn't even shade over to Tony Khan, man. It really fucking isn't. This is just, I wish that Tony Khan would stop with the media call bullshit, man. Stop with the fucking media calls. Dynamite last night, 1,020,000. So they were able to keep the mill from last week, but they lost. Did they gain or lose? They lost 30,000 fans. So going into the pay-per-view, they lost 30,000 fans. They were able to stay over 1 million going into it. I'm sure people were fucking... Hey, if Tony was going just to keep 1 million, doesn't worry about too much more, then I'm sure he's going to call this a success because people were so baffled, they tuned in. Or did they? They lost 30,000 people, actually. Wow. I don't know if that's a gain or a loss for TK, guy. What do you guys think in the chat, man? They were able to hit 1 million, but they lost nearly 30,000 viewers from last week. This is where you want to gain their interest. That was the whole point of last week, going into the pay-per-view on Sunday. So it looks like they didn't gain the interest. What do you guys think, man? I don't even know what to think of that. I thought they were either going to pull a 1-1 or they're going to pull a 950. That is a weird number. They hit 1 million. This is the first time in a long time, if ever, that they hit 1 million 2 weeks in a row. So that's the good news. The bad news is he lost 30,000 people. So that is a live... that is from my boy Brandon Thurston coming through in the clutch. That was literally 9 minutes ago. So Brandon Thurston came in the clutch, man, because I can't have too many screens on my main screen here. So it was Brandon Thurston or nothing, dude. I have other sources I go through, but Brandon was the only one I had up. So that's your rating, guys. Let me go back. 1,020,000 viewers. Your 18 to 49 was a 0.35. So that's that. They hit 1 million 2 weeks in a row. They lost 30,000 in the viewership. Demo went up. I think you guys are saying demo went up 0.01, 34 to 35. Prime Killer, is that true? So 0.34 to 0.35. So that pretty much stayed the same. I don't know. I think what Tony was hoping for, obviously, is you gain a 1-2 last week at least, a 1-2, because they've had that before, and this is their biggest match in Dynamite history, Mox versus Punk for the title unification. I think last week, Tony was hoping for a 1-2, and then he was hoping that it was going to garner enough viewers to either hover that 1-2 and maybe even bring in more. I don't think he was going to pull in 1-3, but hover that 1-2. Instead, last week, he only pulled in the 1,000,049, and then he lost 30,000 this week. So I don't know if Tony's going to... the 1 million mark is going to make this sound much more beautiful. because we've been urging them to hit that fucking million. They finally did it last week by 49,000 viewers. They did it again this week. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm guessing Tony Khan is taking that 20,000 viewers, and he's riding off into the sunset. And he's returning not until Sunday at All Out. Tony Khan's going to run the fuck out of here, man. That's what I would do. If I pulled $1 million, I'm getting the fuck out for a minute. Because this has been a tumultuous 2 weeks for that fucking dude, man. 1,020,000, and I would love to see the breakdown on this too, man. But the Thunder Rosa thing, if we want to stick with ratings, Thunder Rosa, it is clear by what Khan said, he does not believe that she's going to pull in that rating, and I don't think it's just Thunder. I think it's the women's division as a whole. And Thunder Rosa is the flag bearer, and that explains why Thunder Rosa has had such shitty booking. Again, I'm not saying she's one of the best female wrestlers in the world. I'm not saying that Thunder Rosa deserves the best booking of all time. I am saying that Tony Khan put the title on her and then left her in the ocean without a life vest and just pointed to where shore is. Shore is that way, northeast, about 12 miles. Good luck. You're not going to have a life vest. Just start swimming. Well, don't be so sure if she never hits the shore. Tony Khan left her in the middle of that ocean, man, with no lifeline whatsoever. The booking for Thunder Rosa has been so atrocious that I can honestly say, and I thought this was an award that nobody would want to win in WWE, but I thought this was an award only given out in WWE for the last 10 years, about which female can have a worse title reign. You can even go to the men with Finn Balor's IC Championship and the United States Championship for the last 6 holders. But the women especially, I remember Asuka, and I always say this, when Asuka was champion, she had to hold the hand of Lana in a tag team. Then Charlotte Flair came back. Lana got kicked to the curb. Asuka had to hold the hand of Charlotte, and then Asuka loses the title a month later. Thunder Rosa has had one of the worst title reigns I've ever seen in pro wrestling, and I never expected that in AEW. But to come out in the media call and just say that, without even thinking what that's going to do for Thunder when she hears it. That's not going to build morale, bro. That's not going to make her want to show up to work and give her boss 110%. Could you imagine showing up to your job after you just found out your boss told everybody that you're not that good? I'm putting you on the overnight shift. You're just not that good. You're not Jameson. Jameson unloads fucking 3 pallets an hour. Sure, I don't know exactly what you could do because I never give you the forklift. But I just, judging by the last several years when a female had the forklift, I just don't think you're going to cut it. I'm going to put you on the overnight shift. And everybody's telling you what the boss just said, right? You can't do that, man. And again, if you want to know how honest and real BC is being right now, anybody will tell you when I critique Thunder Rosa, it's harsh because I know she has potential and I know she just doesn't string it along consistently. So when I see her booking, and I've said this from day one, her booking is half of the fight. If they just book her better, we could see a much better Thunder Rosa and we could give a fuck more. But to hear Tony Khan basically say it's never going to happen. That's what he's telling us, right? He literally says that. It's never going to happen because the ratings don't show that it works. This guy doesn't understand. It's up to you to make it work. Why the fuck did you put the title on her then? Was the last 6-7 months, how long has she even been champion, guys? I can't even tell you 5 matches that I'll go back and ever watch from this title reign for Thunder Rosa. I can't even tell you 3 that I'll go back and watch. How long has Thunder Rosa been champion? And this whole time, Tony Khan was just like fucking with her? 6 months. 6 months. What are we doing? Just fucking with her? So everybody sees how bad she is? It's not me, man. I put her out there in a match. Then if that's the case, you should have, if you did not believe in her, you should have never took the strap off of Britt Baker. Britt Baker should have always been champion, unless you have a suitable fucker like Athena, Ember Moon. Athena comes in, you set some whatever the fuck. Why take it off of Britt Baker, put it on Thunder, and then say, yeah, but she doesn't draw? The way that this guy goes about business, it literally you just want to fucking ram your head against a brick wall. I mean, Tony Khan has done so much good for professional wrestling for us, the fans. And at the same time, he does so much stupid shit, you just can't, it baffles you. And the biggest problem Tony Khan has is he just doesn't shut up. He's always doing interviews and media calls. And you think, well, that's transparency. That's cool. If only Vince did that for the last 50 fucking years. No. Sometimes it's better to just zip it up and let your talents do their jobs. All Out. All Out. People are praising All Out like this was the plan all along. Tony Khan is saying, no, injuries forced him to do certain things for All Out. FTR and Wardlow are both questioning how the fuck they got booked in this six-man tag match. I believe that's the team, right? FTR and Wardlow against Lethal and his boys. I believe that's the matchup. FTR literally just cut an interview. FTR is, I think it was Dax. It's always Dax. Dax is saying the money match was us and Bucks. I don't know how we got here. This is obviously not where we thought we would be. We were rated number 1. Don't the rankings mean anything in AEW? They just did another interview where FTR is baffled that they're in a six-man match. And Wardlow's last interview in the same six-man match, by the way, he's your TNT champion. Wardlow said, and I quote, after the MJF match, everything is just not clicking. There seems to be something missing. Things just don't seem right in his booking. Wardlow, he wasn't trying to trash the company, nor do I think FTR is trying to bash the company. I think they're just honestly saying, you're as puzzled as I am. Wardlow understands that ever since the MJF feud has been over, his fucking steam and momentum has been fucking dead. Done. Wardlow was on top of the fucking world. Somehow, Tony Khan found a way to absolutely make him a Ricochet. If he's better than Jinder Mahal, it's not by a lot. He has not even been relevant on their television shows. I think of the last fucking month alone of Dynamite, and I can't tell you Wardlow is in the top 5 of whoa, did you see that segments? And that's your TNT champion. He had the world of pro wrestling in his fucking hands. He had the whole world in his hands. Wardlow was on top of the wrestling world. Somehow, Tony Khan did the unthinkable. He created a star out of nothing. Now, of course, you can help. You can give the pat on the back to MJF more than anybody. MJF catapults, motherfuckers. That's how damn excellent, exquisite, immensely impactful MJF Maxwell Jacob Friedman is. That's how good that son of a bitch is. MJF gives you a little bit of a rub, and you're off to the stratosphere, Jack. But after that, Tony Khan didn't fucking know. We're going to keep you off TV. You're right, you can't even say it's just Thunder Rosa and the women. Tony Khan has something special, and he finds a way to lay him down, drop his pants, and take a giant shit on it. FTR was on top of the fucking wrestling world just the last few months. On top of the wrestling world. Banger after banger after banger. With my boys, the Briscoe brothers, putting on some fucking good matches in the dub. And then all of a sudden, They're not even newsworthy. They're being thrusted in a 6-man tag for All Out. They're going in interviews and asking, what the fuck are we doing? Your talent shouldn't be asking, what the fuck are we even doing in this match Sunday? That's what FTR is doing. That's what Wardlow is doing. Thunder Rosa, with or without a championship, is just unhappy in that fucking company. She's either got fucking Britt Baker and half the roster after her, or her own fucking boss doesn't believe in her. But just look past it, guys. This was Tony's plan, man. All Out is shaping up to be a banger. What about all of the fucking issues? Tony Khan is blaming it that there was injuries. There was a lot of injuries, so I had to wait till the last minute to build this fucking card up. Bro, you didn't have to wait last minute for Mox and Punk and what you did last week. I don't know how this helps anybody. We just got the rating in. They were able to hit 1 million again, but they lost 30,000. They squeaked by last week with 1,000,049, 49,000 viewers, over 1 million. This week, they lost 30,000 of those viewers. I thought the whole point was to bring interest in for All Out to see the rematch. Well, you just lost people. So that's a fail, judging by that, right? This is what Khan is talking about ratings, right? So judging by the ratings, what happened last week with Mox and Punk was a gamble of epic proportions, and it was a fail, correct? Amp Unit, that's what he's saying, correct? This isn't BC. I'm trying to speak factually here, because everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They're usually full of shit. By Tony Khan's definition of how he books, he just said this about Rosa. By his definition, this was a fail last week, as they dipped in the ratings, A, and B, the interest for All Out dipped. It regressed. It went backwards. Am I the only one? I'm trying to speak fucking factually here, man. Put down your AEW flag for just a fucking minute, guys. Anybody that's pissed off about what's being said, oh no, man, it was a huge success, man. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Put down the flag for a fucking minute, and let's have a discussion here. His own words. The whole gamble was to bring the eyeballs for All Out. They lost 30,000 viewers this week. So how did that make Mox and Punk more special? You could have fucking put out 2 extra weeks of banger storylines, a storyline between them, and then we're all riveted to see who is going to be the unified champion. You put your fucking 2 dudes in the middle of Dynamite, bro. You put them in the middle of Dynamite in a 3-minute match. How can people, even though it's been a week, how can people think that is okay? Your big unified title storyline doesn't even start the show or end it. It's stuffed in the middle. And you have CM Punk squashed in 3 minutes. So what you did is you backed yourself into a fucking corner is what you did. If Mox wins again Sunday, then what the fuck does that say about Punk, bro? Even if it lasts 20 minutes this time. Bro, you're done. You're washed up. Just hit the bricks. I don't care if you turn heel at that point. If you turn into a fucking alien. If you turn into Fred Flintstone. If you turn into a Pokemon. If you turn into a Power Ranger. If you turn into Eeyore or Piglet or a fucking Tigger, it wouldn't matter what he turns into. If you think I'm going to be hanging on a CM Punk is going to turn heel storyline, I don't give a fuck. And if Punk wins, what the fuck just happened to Mox? Mox squashes this guy in 3 minutes. He talks a huge game this past Wednesday night. Mox is on cloud 9 right now. Mox should not be losing for the next 12 months from what I'm viewing. Mox is fucking on a level that wrestlers only hope to fuck with. Even if you don't like his skill and talent in the ring, which I think is fine, his promos, his confidence is on another fucking level. Mox is that motherfucker right now. I don't even see how Mox loses in the next calendar year, let alone Sunday night, to a guy he just squashed. And we're in Chicago. So, do you do the deed? Do you have MJF come back in this fucking Joker casino battle royal bullshit, whatever the fuck that is, and MJF somehow walks away with that title? Almost like an Austin Theory thing we think at the Clash, with McIntyre possibly beating Roman, but it's Austin Theory that walks away with the title. Does somehow MJF insert himself into this title picture somehow, and he walks out of Chicago with that? I mean, that's the only way this thing can be saved, correct? MJF showing up at this pay-per-view Sunday night is the only fucking way that BC's gonna turn his head and go, what just happened? I gotta see that shit. Because if you ain't leading up to that, and even if you are leading up to that, last week should have never, I really do hope, guys, that any sensible, and I'm not throwing shade on anybody that doesn't agree, that doesn't even matter. I hope that sensible wrestling fans, I hope that we can come together and admit on one thing, right? One thing that we all can agree on is that last week should have never happened. Never happened. Mox and Punk for the championship 2 weeks before your big pay-per-view when you already didn't have a main event, stuffed in the middle of the show, 9 o'clock, in a 3-minute squash. And the questions weren't even answered this week. They weren't even answered. People were wondering, oh, was Punk cleared? Punk actually does say, well, I was cleared. He made it a point to say it wasn't a sloppy shot being ran. I was cleared, but I wasn't the 100% that I thought I needed to be. Or I don't even know what he was saying. So he was fully cleared, but he looked like his foot got shot by 19 tranquilizers when all he did was step on it or lean on it the wrong way. And that was enough for Mox to completely squash you? It makes him look like a fucking idiot. Can we all just agree on that? Are we really going to try to argue that? No, but I still think it was good. It helped the storyline, basically. Listen, the Ace Steel slapping the taste out of Punk's mouth last night, there was aspects of that absolutely got BC fucking going, all right, I'm ready to play a football game here, man. I went back to my high school days. I was about to win the fucking championship for my team. Right? That hoorah speech by Ace Steel, the trainer of Punk. And then Punk with the impassioned fucking, I get it. But didn't it seem a little bit forced how Punk goes, maybe I just don't have it anymore. Oh, go back and watch it. I'm not even kidding, guys. Watch when he goes, I think maybe I just don't even have it anymore. Like in the movies where they go, they turn away like somebody come save me. Maybe I just don't have it anymore. And then all of a sudden Ace Steel comes out. I'm like, what is this? A bad fucking romance movie? And then he gives him a Rocky speech, and all of a sudden Punk goes from tragically sad to on top of the world. He's signing contracts. And now I'm supposed to go, well, fuck. That's what it was all for last week. Now I get it, right? Everybody's online going, see? You guys doubted TK, man. You doubted TK. You should never do that. I told you he had something. See? Now everybody sees what last week was about. It was about this. The fuck are you talking about? You're okay with that? It still doesn't help the booking of Punk and Mox last week. CM Punk is squashed in 3 minutes, and then he tells us he was medically cleared. He's totally fine. He's totally fine, but he got squashed in the middle. Did I mention that 18 times already? In the middle of the fucking show last week. And if this was Tony Khan's grand Hail Mary to try to get people to watch All Out, they lost 30,000 viewers this week. The good news is they still hit 1 million 2 weeks in a row now. People were probably so befuddled that some of them did tune back in. So Tony Khan wins on the befuddlement, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing. See, people tuned in because of my whack shit booking. My booking was so fucking crazy that people said, I gotta see where the fuck this ends up. But 30,000 of them said it's so bad, I ain't coming back. I don't know. Guys, if this was enough, if last night was enough to make you go, well, now I'm buying the pay-per-view, good for you. Not even joking, man. Watch that shit. I hope it's a banger of an event. WWE for 10 fucking years has put no effort in their pay-per-view booking, and a lot of them, the wrestlers step up and the event ends up being good. So I hope All Out is really good. I expect the action to be top-notch. I mean, it's all about bangers and flips and dives and gymnastics. So I'm guessing it's going to be fucking good for what that audience wants. You know, I'm watching Dynamite last night. Man, I know I was going to keep this an hour for you guys. I just can't do it, man. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm very passionate right now. I'm going to be completely honest, as I always am with you guys. I was watching the last 2 matches of Dynamite last night, and I haven't watched a full Dynamite in a long time, and last night I still didn't get to. I got to watch clumps here and there, though. So that was the most Dynamite that I watched in a while. And the last 2 matches, I saw the last, 5-6 minutes of the second to the last match, and then I saw the bulk of the last match. So I don't want to bullshit and say I saw all of the last 2 matches, but a lot of it. Guys, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys watch those last 2 matches, and I don't know how Chicago is just on their feet with all of the chants. This is awesome! Fight forever! Holy shit! Holy shit! I mean, they were just every chant you can think of. In that second to the last match, I can't even make this up, man. Now, I know there's wrestling fans out there that say work rate is what it's in now, man. Work rate. 2022 wrestling is all about work rate now. Well, guess what? That doesn't do it for BC. So if that's just what it is, wrestling will never reach the promised land ever again. It's got to be more than just work rate. All I watched was flips and dives and fucking... I don't even know if I'm watching wrestlers anymore. I'm literally watching gymnastics in front of my eyes, and the ring is not a wrestling ring anymore. It's a fucking trampoline. The ropes are like an extension of the trampoline, and everybody is just a ping pong ball. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I mean, how many of these matches can you see before it just gets old? How many, I'm watching this match and I'm like, nobody is selling properly. The whole fucking match, nobody is selling. Because you have to get right back up so you can take the next guy's flip or the next guy's dive. Or maybe you have to set up your next gymnastic move. So you can't properly sell. There's zero in-ring psychology. None. Because it's just a gymnastic fest. So there's no in-ring psychology. There's no selling. It's just a bunch of dudes in the ring just flying all around the fucking... off ropes, off the turnbuckle, flying through into the stands, flying into the alleyway, the rampway. 450s, 630s, 966s. I don't even know what these things are called anymore. I can't keep up with it. I cannot fucking keep up of this shit, bro. Honestly, I can't keep up with the shit. And then you went right into the 6-man tag, and everybody's excited because we get to see Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. And all 6 dudes, there was no tags. Oh, okay. Slight exaggeration. There was some. The whole thing was all... Now, this is right after the 4-man. Or whatever, right before. Right after that was the main event. And guys, it was just an extension. Another 20-something minutes of just flips, dives, gymnastics. The idiot in the front row with his little stupid sign, just enjoy wrestling. Bro, it's not. You have to change your fucking sign to just enjoy gymnastics. Just enjoy trampolines. And I like Kenny Omega, bro. Kenny Omega fan right here. I don't care if people don't like that tough shit. I like Kenny Omega. I know, man. I've heard some shit about him in New Japan and some crazy shit that he was doing to get noticed. I get it. And I know the talent that Ospreay has. But you put him together with 4 other dudes in this match, and this was like I was watching a competition to see who makes it into the Olympics for the USA gymnastic teams. I mean, unreal. Man, I'm seeing moves that should put somebody out for like 3 fucking minutes. No selling. They have to get right back up. They have to get right the fuck back up, bro, to set up the next fucking move. Now we say, as much as we respect Ospreay, right? Ospreay's really good. Ospreay's good. Ospreay's one of the best. Ospreay, right? We all respect Ospreay, no question. Work rate, right? Talent. Was it him that Kevin Nash recently just said, that's great, how much merchandise did he push? Was that Ospreay chat or was that somebody else? What was that? Where was that? James? I literally seen a guy come to a front moonsault into another man's ass. Yeah, that was what the fuck was that by Ospreay, by the way? He fucking does that in rotation. His fucking face goes right into the ass of fucking, was it Matt or was that Omega? That was Ospreay that Kevin Nash was talking about, right? Yeah, how much merchandise did he push? Whether you guys want to hear it or not, and this is much respect to Ospreay, man. And I would like to see him get a chance to cut those killer promos in the States, and let's see if he can really push merchandise. I'm saying he can. But the truth that Nash is saying here is, until you do that, your work rate is only going to be 50%. You're not captivating a world. Everybody's not fucking showing up to a fucking Walmart and Mart or a McDonald's or a Starbucks with your merch on. Because you are larger than life. Because you captivate them with your 450 splashes and your suicide dives. Kevin Nash, whether you want to believe it or not, is correct. Everybody is the fucking same these days. Everybody is a carbon copy of one another coming out of the Amazon distribution factory center. Work rate, BC, is what 2022 is all about. Do you know I can go to the local bingo hall and see 10 bangers in a row tomorrow night? One banger after another. Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer and Fuckwad Fred in the main event. How many of these can you guys watch? The last 2 matches of Dynamite alone. How the fuck do you watch all of that and then when it's over go, I love this wrestling? Is this really where we are in 2022? Selling is gone. Psychology is gone. And the wrestling ring is now a trampoline. Wrestlers are now gymnasts. If you can do it, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you're the reason that wrestling cannot get that boom period back. If you're just interested in work rate, bye-bye. You are helping to not expand it. Larger than life characters and storylines. Without that, you do not have wrestling. I don't give a fuck how many dives you can do in a row. I don't care how many flips you can do. I don't care if you can hit the middle rope and then instantly, like subsequently jump from the middle rope on top of the top rope and then do an inadvertent 450 holy shit splash. I don't give a fuck. Okay. You practice on a trampoline and can do gymnastics. That's fine. That doesn't make you a fucking wrestler. I don't know what Ospreay did last night, but he put his face into another man's ass into a pile driver. Because this is what we're doing these days. We don't even give a fuck if we can land it. We don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna do a fucking weird inadvertent fuck. I'm gonna do like a shooting. I'm gonna do this, and then like my face might be in your ass, but just fall anyway. I appreciate work rate, work ethic. I know that shit has expanded. Talent is more talented. Slow it the fuck down. I want you to understand these words because I mean them. I don't give a fuck if you agree with me or not. It doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to change my fucking mind on this. I will watch Shawn Michaels and Undertaker WrestleMania 25 more than any Will Ospreay Kenny Omega match. And I'm an Omega fan, and I do respect Will Ospreay. I will watch Shawn Michaels and Undertaker WrestleMania 25 over any of today's work-rated matches. Easily. Not even a debate for BC. Not even a debate. Because that's wrestling. You got work rate mixed with the in-ring psychology, mixed with the selling, mixed with the storyline, mixed with larger-than-life characters like the fucking Undertaker. You don't have it anymore, man. Now we're just marking the fuck out like Chicago. Like, oh my God! Holy shit! Holy shit! He did the flippity-doo-ha diggity! He did the flippity-doo-ha diggity! 60 seconds later, oh, fight forever! Fight forever! He did the dive, Mashai Baduva dive! You know what it is, the dive, Mahai Baduva shive! He did it! It was 2 dives in one, but he somehow like twisted his left leg and it went over his right arm and he hit his face in his ass. Fight forever. I am asking you, how much of this are you going to watch before you demand more from your product? Slow it the fuck down. Dustin Rhodes. Anybody in that locker room, tell these people to slow it down. This is not professional wrestling. And if it is, that's the fucking reason you're pulling 1 million. It's not just because TV has changed over the years. Less people are watching by the millions. There's a reason. The shit sucks! I'm all for fast pace here now and again. A high rate of working every now and again. All right, fine. You got a cruiserweight division, whatever the fuck you want to do. All right. Match after match after... Do you guys realize... That's not tornado rules, correct? I know JR9's not in the chat, but it's still a tag team match, that 6-man main event last night. Do you realize they were all wrestling at the same time the entire match? The referee is in the corner twiddling his fucking thumbs for most of the match. And when he's not twiddling them, he's got them firmly up his fucking ass. The referee didn't just lose control, he didn't even fucking give a fuck to tell people it's a tag match. So the entire thing, you have 6 people in the ring, out of the ring, in the aisleway. I think I saw one flippity-doofity dive on the fucking ramp, the entrance ramp. Somehow they went up there. This is a sanctioned match. This is a fucking sanctioned tag team match. Nobody cares. I'm an asshole because I didn't like it. Wow, he doesn't like these bangers. The Space League guy, he doesn't like the bangers. I don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't like the bangers? That's exactly what I did. Did I fucking stutter? I can't stand these bangers. Can't stand them. You know, if you're gonna have one match like this a night, okay, maybe we'll go with it. Every fucking match seems to be like this, man. The last 2 matches of Dynamite, nobody sold a damn thing. Everybody's flying around the ring like they're flying around a fucking space orbiter at Disney World. The fucking swing set at the local fairgrounds. Everyone's fucking, gets higher and it keeps rotating. Omega's going around. Hey, Will Ospreay. Okay, what? Look up. Oh, next time I come around, I'm going to hit you with a double somersault 450 Houdini dive. Will, look. Here I come. Right, and then he goes around and he hits it, and then fucking Will sells it for about 5 seconds, and Will's got to get up because Will has to hit Omega with his doohickety-doo-high dive. All right, here I come, Kenny. Next time I come around, I'm going to hit you with my doohickety dive. My face might hit your ass, but don't worry. I'm the only one in this community that's going to say that, man. That's not shade to anybody. Nobody's being real. I don't know. It can't be just me that feels this way, man. That I'm watching these matches with no emotion. I'm watching it the same way I would watch the Olympics in the gymnasts doing the fucking dives and shit. The flips. They're just doing it onto another person in pre-planned combat. Rehearsed, organized combat. When do we put the focus on the storylines and larger-than-life characters and slowing it down, getting people invested by the story itself, getting people invested with the psychology of the wrestlers? Where did that go and how did it leave over time? I don't like it. I want that back. This work rate shit, man. It's so weird to see how the fans are just... going bonkers for these moves that we've seen 1,000 fucking times. These people today, they got to put their lives on the line each move to get a pop like that. Back in the day, Macho Man went to the top rope to deliver that flying elbow. That's all he had to do for a pop. Hulk Hogan, he didn't have that much talent at all, if any. All he had to do was drop a fucking leg. He had to drop a fucking leg on some dude's chest and he would get a pop of that magnitude and then some. Undertaker just had to hit a fucking tombstone. Michael's a super kick. Bret Hart, a sharpshooter. That's all you had to do back in the day because the story was so epic throughout the match. The psychology was spot on. And by the time you reached the climax, you had the crowd eating from your hands. You didn't have to risk your fucking self. You didn't have to risk the integrity of the business. You didn't have to not sell the moves. I can't believe what I'm witnessing today. And I thought after a while it would tamper off a little. All right, for the past several years, people have gotten enough bangers. Now we can start focusing on the characters and the storylines and the psychology and the selling again. No. People are just eating up the bangers and busting a nut over Omega and Ospreay because they're going to bang it out. Ultimate Warrior had nearly not a speck of talent, skill-wise. Nearly not a speck. One of my favorite wrestlers and so many others because he just had the it factor in every other fucking box. But there was a WrestleMania 7 match. Ultimate Warrior versus Macho Man Randy Savage. You want to talk your stars? right? Omega's got fucking 76, 6, 7-star matches. This person has fucking 26, 5-star. Who the fuck knows? Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage from WrestleMania 7. I would give that an easy 5 stars, 5 amplified elbows. And I would watch that match more than any match in the last several years in professional wrestling. Ultimate Warrior match, guys. And if you go back and you watch Warrior and Savage, not just the larger-than-life characters that both were, the story that was told. Ditching Sensational Sherry. Oh, Miss Elizabeth back in the arms of Randy Savage by the end. Randy Savage's career is over, but he gets the love of his life back as we say goodbye for the last time. The storyline, man. And Warrior just chose that night to have one of only the 2 bangers that he's ever had in his fucking career. That and Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 6. That's all we need, man, in pro wrestling. Something like your Warrior Savage WrestleMania 7, man. You don't need to be doing this. I'm fucking exhausted watching this shit, and it's not even in a good way. I'm getting a headache with this shit last night. Over a half an hour, over 2 separate matches. The last half an hour of Dynamite. I'm getting a headache because everyone's just flipping all over the place, and it's like I gotta watch fucking like that old Atari game. Remember Space Crusaders with you gotta hit the fucking thing. It's like it's almost like ping pong, literally. And the thing goes over here, and then you gotta watch it over there. For half an hour, I'm doing this. I'm in on my big screen TV, and I'm like, so please sell for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, please. I just need a break. Will, somebody get word to Will to sell for 2 minutes. Nope, there goes Will. Will's back up. Oh, Will's doing his fucking 467,000 doohickey flog splash. Kenny, please sell for a minute. Kenny, please. Referee, can you just have them do a legit tag for 2 minutes while I take a piss? Like, let's pretend this is a real tag team match for a minute and put people in their corners. Referee's like, fuck you, BC. I want to watch the banger. And I know. There'll be a lot of people, man. Basically, I love it, man. Sorry you don't, dude. Sorry you don't, man. BC, I'm loving it, man. I can watch it every show. I can watch it, like, every match, basically. Because I just love it. I just love, like the guy in the front row said, I just enjoy wrestling, basically. Good for you, bud. Good for you. I don't know what you want me to say. Good for you. You enjoy this shit. Awesome. My level, my bar, my standards are way too high. If you're asking me to lower them, because I like it, Blayfly. I like it, man. I like the bangers. It's 2022, basically. It's a different era in wrestling. If you're asking me to lower it to that shit, fuck that. My standards are higher. And I mean this for everybody in the chat right now, for the hundreds watching now, for the thousands that'll watch this later. When the algorithm kicks in, which, by the way, thank you guys, man. We're about to hit 250 on the ups. I appreciate that. Let's take that to 300 while we're live. For everybody that's listening, that wants more, better, that wants larger-than-life characters back, that wants really good booking that matters, that wants storylines that captivate us. For you guys, for the ones that want things to slow down a minute so we can sell more, use more in-ring psychology, gravitate our attention to the product more. To you guys, you're not alone. BC is with you. And it's about time there was somebody in this community to finally say that. Because I'm just seeing the same shit every fucking show, every match. It doesn't matter who you put in there. Most of these guys can go in the ring and do all of these things, whether it's a Wheeler Utah, whether it's a fucking a Dante Martin, whether it's an Ospreay, a Young Buck, an Omega. It doesn't really matter. Anybody's going to risk this shit. Can we get back to making us give a fuck? No. Today, what grasps fans' attention is this guy does wild moves. This guy does wild moves. They're gonna face each other! Oh, goosebumps! What are you saying to me? What? It's predetermined, bro. It's not real. And they're gonna just do their gymnastics. And to you guys, man, you're not alone. BC feels you, and I hope that the promoters understand this. Whether it's a Tony Khan, a Triple H, Billy Buttfuck McGee at the local fucking bingo hall, I hope people understand. We understand. We get it by now, right? To every wrestler in the fucking world today, we get it. You can flip, dive, and do cool gymnastics. We get it, bro. Your work rate and your skill and your talent is impeccable. We get it, bro. Cool shit. We'll throw you a cookie and a gold medal maybe one day. A sticker, a gold star. How about that? Now, can you try to be professional wrestlers? Because professional wrestler doesn't just mean you can do cool moves, bro. Kevin Nash isn't wrong, bro. Kevin Nash is correct. How much merch have you pushed? Aside from the cool moves, bro, what are you bringing to the fucking table? I'm done with the bangers. Dustin Rhodes backstage. Christopher Daniels, a dude that I respect so much. Christopher fucking Daniels. And so many others backstage. Serena Deeb, man, you gotta bring the troops together and tell them to slow it up a fucking minute. And you also, I'm getting fucking choked up here. And you also have to pull your referees together and tell them to do their jobs. I don't blame FTR for being pissed off. These aren't tag team matches, 6-man tag match. They're not. They're just tornado rules. It's just 6 dudes in there all at once. 4 dudes, 8 dudes. They don't give a fuck about the actual tagging. Wow. We are on another fucking rotation right now, man. Much love to you guys that understand that conversation. It needed to be had. And again, for those of you that love the bangers and you just, obviously, I like it, man. That's cool. I hope you understand that there's a lot of people like BC that are done with that shit. And we need more from professional wrestling. If professional wrestling is not just going to survive, but thrive, you better start tapping into what BC said are the problems. Braun Strowman headed to WWE is what we're hearing. The latest report is that it could be next week at Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, but it'll be the post-Cardiff, Wales Clash at the Castle event. My question to you guys, man, I'm going to put this in a fucking poll so we can see this, man. I'm not going to dog out Braun. I hope this goes through, man. Are you ready? Who's that? Fucking Korn? I can see, I'm going blind. I can see, I'm going blind. Are you ready for the return of Braun Strowman? I'm going to phrase this a little differently. Are you excited to see Braun Strowman Monday on Raw? So this is going to hit your chat in the next 15 seconds, guys. I need at least 100 of you guys to answer this for me. Hopefully I spelt everything correctly, but I can't go back. I don't have the time to fucking go back right now. So in the next 15 seconds, hopefully this hits your chat. The question is, are you excited to see Braun Strowman Monday on WWE Raw? Again, it could be SmackDown, but we're hearing that he's most likely showing up on Monday. So I need 100 of you guys to answer that for me before I can call that a legit. Oh, we just went over 275 on the ups, too. That's fucking awesome. We are on our way to 300 live. Give that like button an amplified elbow, guys. That'd be badass. Well, you guys are voting. Braun Strowman, are you excited to see him on Raw? Because it does look like this dude is coming back on Monday. My thing was always this. Okay, we have over 100. We have over $150, man. 150 votes already. 32% say yes. 68% say no. So you guys are saying no. You're probably thinking, see, I don't want to dog out Braun Strowman, guys. But I have to ask this. What is the fucking purpose? How do you book Braun? Who's he supposed to beat? Who does the job for Braun consecutively? Who does Braun do the job to? This doesn't seem like Triple H's era. Doesn't it seem like this is a Vincent Kennedy McMahon decision? Just like the outcome of this tournament on Monday night. Doesn't that feel like it was a Vince McMahon decision? Bringing back Braun Strowman does not seem like this is what Triple H had in mind. I'm not saying Vince McMahon is fucking running creative 100% or anything like that. Relax. I'm not raising a conspiracy theory. Relax. But if you think Vince McMahon and Triple H are not talking about business every single day, then you don't know Vince McMahon. I said this a million times. I'll say it again. He's not at home watching the Boy Meets World marathon. He's talking business with H. Stephanie already said that he's more inclined with the business today than ever before to assure the shareholders that business was going about as usual. Don't worry. Vince has his eye on the business now more than ever. That's what Stephanie said. So it just seems to me like Vince McMahon is doing all these little things now, like he's been away for long enough, a couple of months, and I'm starting to see on the shows and the decisions being made, I'm starting to see little McMahonisms. I'm going to keep my eyes open, guys. But this just seems very fucking weird to me that this is what Triple H was in his office saying. Yeah, it's got to be Braun Strowman to help us. Very odd to me. Let me go back to that poll. We're about to hit 200 in the poll. 33 say yes, 33% say yes, 67 say no, 67% say no. So you guys are not excited to see Braun. That's what I mean. The Triple H era so far has brought more excitement than not. So this is one of those things that even when you read it, this isn't even dogging out Braun. Braun should have been something more than he was in the company. And every time he looked like he was going to be, Vince McMahon took him back 86 steps. He would give him an inch and then take him back a mile. So Braun was ruined 100 different ways. But when you see this on pay, you thought, what the fuck is he going to do for the excitement of WWE? How does this help the Triple H era? I don't see it. Again, that's not shade over to Braun. I don't see this personally. And it looks like most of you guys are just not excited. I don't know if that means you just don't want to see him show up or you're just not excited. But 67%, I'm going to end that poll now at 200 votes or just under 200 votes. That result will be up in your chat within the next 15 seconds. And now we just wait. We play the waiting game. Again, it's not confirmed, guys, at least not when we went live. But before we went live, one of the latest words that I was hearing was that Braun Strowman is coming back to WWE, and it could be imminent, like this upcoming week. Don't be shocked if you see Braun Strowman on Raw. Ratings again, guys. I just want to go over. AEW did pull in 1 million, second week in a row. Unfortunately, before everyone gets their hopes up too high, they lost 30,000 viewers going into All Out. So I'm sure Tony tried to gain viewers from last week, but at least he went over 1 million, right? So that's why I say if I'm Tony, I'm staying off social on that, and I'm just going to love that. We hit 1 million, I'm taking this, and I'm going to next week. WWE went 2.1, catapulted over 2 million, and they hit 2.1. That is nearly 150,000 viewers more than the week previous. So that's a big fucking week. I mean, the women's tag tournament really bringing that many viewers? Were people really waiting to see Sasha and Naomi? Maybe. I fucking love Sasha Banks and Naomi. So that's really cool if people tuned in to see them for sure. They didn't get that, obviously. They got a weird fuck finish. Not even the legal participant got pinned. And you saw Aaliyah and Raquel defeat Bayley's control group. Again, this is just bullshit. This does nothing for Bayley's group. It makes Bayley look like a fucking idiot. It makes Io and Dakota look like fools that Dakota Kai got rolled up by Aaliyah. But somehow, they brought in 2.1. That show is still garnering the most interest in the community. Even more excitement than fucking SmackDown. Was that everything I wanted? Oh, and Bobby Fish. It looks like he is leaving AEW. On his way out, man, he was trashing a lot of people. He was talking a lot of shit about CM Punk and how he's just not that good of a wrestler. His fucking, what is it? His sidekick is fucking, his kick is the shits. I mean, he leveled. There's one thing to like start a cool little fun storyline on social, and then there's leveling this motherfucker. Bobby Fish laid into Punk and several other individuals and has speaking nothing but high praise about Triple H in his last several interviews. And then come to find out in the last 24 hours, Bobby Fish's contract ends in early October, and he's not going to be re-signing with AEW, or Tony's not going to re-sign him, one of the two. But it looks like Fish is exiting. Now, does he go to WWE, and does he have, I'm going to ask you guys, man, it's not going to be in a poll. Oh, we're about to hit 300 on those ups, man. That's so beautiful. I appreciate that, guys. Smash that shit. Let's skyrocket to 400 now. Does Bobby Fish have the charisma that is going to help WWE? Or is he just another good hand? Is he another dude that's got good work rate and he may put on some bangers for you? I'm asking you guys, man. Who does Bobby face and what's the storyline? Sir Charles, good worker. Okay. So he doesn't have the charisma, says a bunch of you guys. Dino doesn't have the charisma. Just going to... Johnny's just going to NXT with Roddy. I don't even know. Because we got to wait until October because WWE can't tamper with contracts because Tony Khan threw a fucking fit. So they're not even going to talk to Fish probably until after October. But my point is, guys... What do you do with him that's going to captivate? I mean, WWE is filled with good talents. AJ Styles has nothing. One of the best wrestlers in the world. They have nothing for him. He can give you bangers. Dolph Ziggler, whether you like to believe it or not, Dolph Ziggler is still one of the best wrestlers in the world. He can put out banger after banger. And he's got more charisma than Fish, let's be honest. But they don't have anything for them. What the fuck is Fish going to do? I'm just asking, guys. Come on. We have to be honest with ourselves. If you're a Bobby Fish fan and you're hearing these words, you're probably like, oh, BC, don't say that, man. But then I hope you're like, well, BC's correct, though. As a Bobby Fish fan, what is going to be different in WWE? I mean, he was the third or fourth wheel in Undisputed Era in NXT. He was not even a part of the wheel in AEW. What part of the fucking vehicle is he going to be in WWE on the main roster? I'm asking, guys. I'm asking. Somebody's got to ask the questions in the community. I just don't see how they put him in storylines that are going to gravitate people's attentions when people like Dolph, AJ Styles, Ricochet, and so many others, they just don't know what to do with him. Just bringing Bobby Fish back. What the fuck is a Bobby Fish? He's just another fish in a big pond. Man, I am incredible at what I fucking do, man. I really am. I gotta give myself a fucking pat on the back, dude. That is an hour and a half of the most truth-filled pipe bombs you're gonna get in this fucking community, man. Lynn Santidi. Gotta make sure I got all my fucking move points. Braun Strowman, the ratings... Dynamite rating revealed, WWE RAW rating, Bobby Fish leaving, Tony Khan's Mox and Punk plan. We already went over that. We went over the Thunder Roast thing. If you guys missed that, you came into the chat later, the stream later. Well, we covered that all at the beginning, man. And it's not about If you're just reading the title and you just joined, you're probably like, well, BC, where's the lie, man? Rosa in an 8-minute promo is not going to draw better than CM Punk's 8-minute promo. Nobody's talking about if that's truthful or not. It's to the point where should your boss be saying that on a media call when he knows it's going to get back to Rosa in the women's division? Well, she can't draw for 8 minutes. That's why Punk got 8 minutes. Oh, and by the way, we just found out hours before the event anyway, so we just threw her a 30-second backstage promo. That is telling your audience, everybody on that media call, that's telling the ladies, that's telling the roster, that's telling the wrestling world, you don't give a fuck about women's wrestling because you don't believe in it. That's exactly what that's saying. Oh, we found out hours before. Instead of thinking of something creative, we just said, you know what, Rosa, we're going to give you 30 seconds. Just tell people the deal. And then we're going to exit stage left, and then we move on with the show. And when he was asked about it earlier this afternoon, he says, well, I mean, let's be honest. We gave Punk 8 minutes because he's going to draw. Thunder Rosa is not going to draw with an 8-minute promo. So she didn't get that. And then he tried to save face. But we found out hours before, so what could I have done? Get create hours? It's not like you found out 6 minutes before, bro. I really do. And I've never been a big Thunder Rosa fan. I've said this several times. Nothing against her, obviously. I've just never been a big fan of Thunder Rosa. But she does have a loyal fan base, and she's a sweetheart of a person in real life, man. She watches people like Beast. She watches our channels, man. How cool is that? But I've never been the biggest fan. So for me to say this, what I'm about to say, I honestly feel bad when she gets that news today. She probably already got the news of what her boss said. I feel bad for her. It's like, what the fuck? She knows she never got the time of day in that company. With the strap, maybe even worse. When she got the title, it was probably even worse booking. Tony Khan never gave her a real chance, a real shot. So she already knows this. And then to hear those words, well, I mean, she's not going to draw like Punk, so let's be honest. I mean, it's apples and oranges. It was an easy decision. I feel bad for her, bro. That's not, nobody should have to fucking hear that shit. Whether you're a Thunder Rosa fan or not, she doesn't deserve that. The women's roster doesn't deserve that. But it's what BC always told you. It's not even Khan doesn't believe in the women's roster or he doesn't give a shit about them. It's not even nothing to do with that. I mean, that's some of it, trust me. The biggest thing is he doesn't know what to do with it. He looks at the ratings, as he should be. He sees that the men are drawing. He sees that the women are the bathroom break on these rating sheets, and he just wants to keep that going. He doesn't believe in them enough to try to change it. He just doesn't know what to fucking do with them. But I'll tell you what he should do, where to start. Stop doing these media calls. Stop the media scrums. Stop the fucking interviews. It's not like you're on Sports Center, bro. You're being interviewed by Wrestle Inc., content creators, podcasters. You don't have to be doing these interviews left and right. Take the time that you set aside during the week, the fucking hours of interviews that you do. Take that time and dedicate it to proper booking. Your product will benefit. Sometimes less is more. A little less yappity, a little more doobity. Do, Tony. You gotta stop throwing your own talent under the bus. The poor guy probably doesn't even fucking realize he's doing it. He's just being truthful and honest, basically. Transparency is good. Not when it turns bad. And there's enough people in that company that are not fucking happy. And the latest report that we got after their big meeting last week, the internal emergency talent meeting, is that more than half the roster still walked away not happy with their booking. Less time talking on interviews and more time with proper booking. That's it, man. Where's Sasha? Where are we at? Over an hour and a half. Here's the deal. My name is BC Amplified. Much love and respect to all you guys. If you enjoyed this live stream, there's a lot more content like that on the channel and will be going forward. If you agreed with most of it, well then I really enjoy having you because you understand where I am coming from. If you've listened to most of this and you did not agree with a lot of it, well, still thanks for coming. Maybe you still subscribed. Maybe you still love the content. Maybe you love BC, but you just don't agree with it. Who knows? To each their own. I just hope that you see where I am coming from because I am passionate about the wrestling business and I want to see it get better. And there's a big part of us that is not just okay with having bangers. We need more than just bangers. So I hope you guys understand. So I know this was a heated, high octane, high volatile, high amplified type of a live stream. That's what happens when I'm fucking sipping my 8th coffee of the day, right, Sash? 8th? And it's an espresso from the coffee bar. We're going to be amplified. So salute to all you guys, man. I probably shouldn't be doing this. I got to get to my VIPs now. For any of you that tuned in just for the live stream content, that's over now, so I appreciate it, guys. For anyone that wants to stick around for a few extra minutes, I'm going to shoot the shit with my unit, my super chats, and make sure that you guys get the proper shout-outs that you deserve and the love and respect. So I know I shouldn't be doing this, but what is this, my 9th? What'd I say? Yeah, 9th. I'm gonna put up a fresh coffee from the coffee bar, if you don't mind, man. A Krispy Kreme donut, classic, medium roast. And then I'm gonna shoot the shit with my amp unit a little bit. I said that I was gonna try to keep you guys here 1 hour. It's gonna be like 2 hours. Strength, ultra amplified. Temperature, ultra amplified. And let's brew up a fresh coffee, man. This one will turn into an iced coffee. I usually down them right after the stream. That's my new thing I like to do. Right? Sir Charles, 2 hours later. Again, I already gave Adam Caraxon a shout out from the super thanks that he put when we were done being live the last time. And Kim T, I read out your super chat at the beginning of this live stream from last live stream's end of the stream, man. You came in right when we were going off the air, Kim T. Much love to you, though. And respect. Let's go over to today's VIP super chats. I know I saw some come through. I just got to get them on the screen. And we're going to start off with Strict Tango with that 2-spot. TK needs to hire a creative team and focus on the biz. Strict Tango, no doubt. That's one of the things that I believe all of us can agree on. Tony Khan needs a team, a booking team. He can be the final filter, right? Like, the filter in my coffee machine right now is making sure that these grounds are all grinded up nicely and fucking pristine for me to fucking drink in a smooth, sensational way, right? Tony Khan can be that smooth filter like Vince McMahon has been for decades. But he's got to have a team present him with shit. It's obvious that Tony Khan... Oh, let's listen to this. Oh, what a beautiful sound, man. That coffee is freshly brewed, just needs to be topped off. Tony Khan has lost the reins to this wagon. I mean, he's lost control of the vehicle. He's done. It's too much for one dude. ROH, AEW, Forbidden Doors, All Out, 2 weekly television shows, 7,000 matches on YouTube and Dark and Elevation. I mean, how much can one dude do, man? I just don't know how much more. I don't fucking understand. Tony Khan has to realize we want the best for him in AEW. We're trying to help you out. Get a booking committee, bro. One person to start? Just one person to help you? I'm worried about the dude himself. Damn, bro. Strict Tango, no doubt. Sam Byers with a 2-spot and a 5-spot, man. I see that emoji sticker and a coffee for BC, says Sam Byers. Sam, you got BC many a coffee, so it's definitely not needed, dude, but always appreciated. Sam, I appreciate that, man. Always good to have you up in the chat. Always good to know that my amp unit knows where I am coming from. Even if you disagree, you understand that BC is in this for a better product. So Sam Byers, I appreciate that. Ron C23 199 says, BC, where is my girl Charlotte Flair? Smile emoji. Ron C, thankfully, nowhere that I know of right now. So I'm hoping that it stays that way for a while longer at least. Ron C 23, that's funny, man. Don't worry, Ron C. Charlotte will be back sooner than you think with her 96th title reign. Ron C 23, salute. Prime Killer. 2-spot CM Punk was Cody Rhodes last night. Oh, 100%, brother. Put some fucking cream in this bitch. Oh, look at that texture. There you go. That's a coffee right there. Oh, that floated right to the fucking top. That's a regular cream and a Krispy Kreme coffee. I'll give that 3 stirs. Yeah, Prime Killer. Yeah, he was the Rhodes last time. I still say Prime Killer. When Cody Rhodes left AEW, man, that place was never the same. Seems like just something's just off. But yeah, Punk played that part. Prime Killer, let me give you a proper salute, dude. Prime. The BPJR. Hopefully I said that correctly. The BEPJR. The Bep Jr.? Maybe I'll say that. The Bep Jr. 2-spot. Becky was right in May. Oh, about the women's... Well, she was more right than we knew, because if Tony Khan doesn't really believe in his females, that they can pull in ratings, so why give a fuck, which is what he's saying in today's media call, then Becky was more right than any of us could have even imagined. Salute to Becky for even knowing that. Leo Galamara. Leo 199. Tony needs to stop burying his women's division. Leo, 100%. The booking is just one side of it. It's what he says in these media scrums and in conference calls. He doesn't even think about what the pressure that he's putting on his talents when he says this stupid shit. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Of course, Punk is going to outdraw Thunder Rosa, especially with the way he books or lack of booking for Rosa. But the fact that he says this like nothing, like Rosa now has to fucking hear this, and she's going to be getting asked about this for the next fucking 2-3 months, 2-3 years down the road. So Leo, no lies detected, exclamation point at the end of that. Leo, no doubt. Zachary Giariello. Zachary with that 199 says, what do you think of Braun Strowman coming back? Zachary, we talked about that a little bit. We talked about that a little bit just about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago-ish. And it's not really... I don't want to dog him out because he's really been trying to redefine himself. He's trying to get in better shape, which last picks that I saw, he has been. I know that he's been ruined by Vince right when he was about to get some momentum. So I actually kind of feel bad for Braun in a lot of ways. Zachary's question is, what do I think of Braun coming back? I'll answer this as honest as I can, as I just did 20 minutes ago. I don't know how you're going to use him in a Triple H era that is going to benefit that company. It's not even like seeing if I'm going to be... Because I'm not saying if I'm going to be wrong or not. I'm saying I don't see in a Triple H era how Braun Strowman fits in. It seems like this is a Vince McMahon decision somehow. And we just have to find out a lot more. That's my thoughts on it, Zachary. I have to see where this ends up. Thank you, brother. Jimmy Fingers 19 is up in this bitch with a 519. I am late, BC. What did I miss? Just gave the like button a camel clutch and got aroused like the Iron Sheik did with Hogan. You going back early 80s now, Jimmy Fingers. The like button got a camel clutch. I love it. You missed a lot, Jimmy Fingers, depending on when you got in here, because I ranted for a full hour and a half about a lot of shit. And I probably chased a lot of people away from the channel, but that's fine. I'll be the bad guy. A lot of people probably crying by what I'm saying, but I just want a better product, Jimmy Fingers. You know that. So my advice, Jimmy Fingers 19, go back and watch some of this live stream. We went amplified for pretty much the whole thing. Always good seeing you up in here, bro. Much love and respect. Jimmy Fingers 19 wasn't done, actually. Hold on, 1019. Jimmy Fingers 19 says, I am more excited about my colonoscopy next week than All Out. Plus, my copay is cheaper. 0 interest in Punk Mox 2. 0 Fs in House of Black versus Sting, Darby, and Miro. And those were the matches I was interested in. So Jimmy Fingers 19 is saying that the shit that Tony Khan has been pulling the last couple weeks has actually made him tune out of AEW faster than it helped him buy this pay-per-view. Jimmy Fingers 19 is just one of many that are saying this. So Jimmy Fingers 19, I appreciate you being that honest. As far as your colonoscopy, I don't think any of us need to know how that goes. We're hoping for the best for you, bro, but we don't need any updates on that shit. Jimmy Fingers 19. Midwest Outsider 707 with a 5-spot coffee. Midwest Outsider 707 says Thunder Rosa is about to pull a Medusa. You ain't kidding, dude. Rosa's gonna show up in WWE with a trash can and a title and drop that son of a bitch. You said what, Tony? Clink. Well, it's interesting you say that, Midwest Outsider 707, because Triple H, I mean, he'll do something like that. Tony Khan, in this media call today, Tony Khan was asked about what he thinks about a working relationship, like a forbidden door with WWE. And Tony Khan's answer was, this is from Sean Ross Sapp, Tony Khan's answer was, it was something I was actually looking forward to, something that could have been likely, but ever since the change, in other words, with Triple H taking control, he says, it's not that likely anymore based on how they've been treating me. Now, I don't know what he means by that, how they've been treating him. Tampering with his talent, I think, is what he means, most likely. I don't know. There's been some backstage things that I don't want to talk about because I haven't been able to confirm them with my people. And until I do that, I don't feel comfortable talking about it. But I've been hearing some backstage jokes that are being passed around the WWE locker room about Tony. And I think that's gotten back to Tony Khan. But Tony is saying it was likely, actually, possibly with Vince. And now with Triple H, it's highly unlikely that there's going to be ever a working relationship because he doesn't like how he's being treated lately. I told you guys this was going to happen. Triple H has a real vendetta against Tony Khan, bro. It's so funny how people don't want to believe that. Right? You just want to be like the guy in the front row. Just enjoy wrestling, everyone. Let's stop thinking there's a war. No. If your name is Paul Levesque, he actually wants to take out Tony Khan the same way he wanted to originally, but Tony Khan whooped his ass. Now he's back with control of the main roster, and he's going to give him another shot in the mouth. Paul Levesque, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Paul Levesque has learned everything from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, guys. Paul Levesque wants to take out Tony Khan. If you think otherwise, you don't know Paul Levesque. You have no idea who Triple H is. This guy is vindictive. He is ruthless. And he's just like the old bastard from Stamford, Connecticut. And Tony Khan just admitted that. Tony Khan just said, under Triple H, now it's no longer likely we're ever going to have a relationship because of the way they're treating me. He knows. He knows that Triple H and him are not going to see eye to eye. It's not going to happen. So Midwest Outsider 707, that Thunder Rosa incident or with the title in the trash can, I wouldn't be that shocked. That would be a moment, bro. Carlos Ray with a 20 spot. Carlos says, can you explain what was the point of putting that title on Mox for 10 days to lose it at the pay-per-view to Punk? Salute. First of all, Carlos, salute. So good seeing you up in here, man. So let me give a proper salute with a swig. Carlos Ray, one of my right-hand men on the channel as well, man. JR9 Gaming is in Cardiff, Wales. My inside reporter for Clash. Carlos Ray is running this shit. Carlos, I don't know what was the point. I honestly think Tony Khan panicked. He threw a Hail Mary. I don't even think if he ever had a real plan. He put it in the middle of the show. It was a 3-minute squash. And it was all for the promo we got last night. And Punk just signs the contract and here's the rematch. I don't know what was the point. And if Mox loses this match on top of the world, then there was really no fucking point ever. I just don't see how Mox loses his match. I know Punk is in Chicago. I don't see how Mox was fucking with all the momentum in the pro wrestling world right now. I don't see how he loses this match. Because then it would really nullify everything you did last week. He went for the fucking ratings banger. He went for the fucking Hail Mary in the ratings and tried to draw interest for All Out. Instead, he only went 49,000 over a million. This week, he lost 30,000 viewers 20,000 over $1 million. At least he got $1 million. Beggars can't be choosers. And the interest for All Out is the same, if not, like you said, Jimmy Fingers, non-existent. And it did nothing for Mox and Punk. Nothing. Because you just backed yourself into a bigger fucking corner. The only difference, now it's a fucking rematch. I don't know what the purpose was because I don't think Tony Khan has a purpose. Carlos. Much love, brother. Carlos Ray, man. So good seeing you up in here. Shaolin. Shaolin's up in here with that. So Shaolin, I haven't seen you in a minute. Salute. For a go-home show, it didn't feel entertaining or captivating. Their weekly shows don't feel like must-watch television, in my opinion. Shaolin, that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people don't want to hear my words, right? They think I'm just like ragging on it. I said that with WWE for fucking the 5 years plus that I've been creating content on this channel. I said it about WWE. It doesn't feel must-see. And that's because you don't have larger-than-life characters. You don't have storylines that we care about. For WWE, it was one rematch after another. Redundancy at its highest levels and forms. In AEW, you're getting action. A lot of it. But it's the same action. It's the same thing. Just take out wrestler X, put in wrestler Y. Take out wrestler B, put in wrestler P. And watch them produce bangers. I don't need any more bangers. I've seen enough bangers the last 5 years to last a lifetime. I need larger than life. I need to show up to an event, and when I hear someone's music, I'm out of my seat in awe. The glass just shattered. It's stone cold in front of me. It's the fucking Rock. It's the Undertaker, bro. It's Warrior. It's Savage. It's Hogan. Woo! Old school Nature Boy. That's fucking Roddy Piper right in front of me, bro. I don't know. I don't know, Shaolin. None of it's been must-see TV for fucking years. It's like now we're watching some people are watching just to see the befuddlement, the stupid booking. How can it possibly play out? That's what's getting people's attention these days. That was so fucking bad. I have to tune in next week. That was so bad. I have to tune in next week to see how this is rectified. I mean, it's almost like we're tuning in now. The cliffhangers are just based on how bad something was. Shaolin, I'm with you, by the way. Bakayuka, 298. What up, Bakayuka? We're now on Neo. I can fucking speak. We're now 3 years into AEW, and TK still does media calls, like the guys on fucking Sports Center. Like fucking Buster Olney is fucking Michael K. Alex Rodriguez. Somebody's fucking interviewing this guy. It's fucking Billy Buttfuck McGee on his fucking little wrestling website. Tony, do you how do you feel the momentum is going to change after All Out? Well, we're going to have our people back from injury, and now the injuries are becoming a thing of the past, and I'm going to have a full roster, and you're going to get more bangers! Bakayuka, you know it, bro. Big Nang up in this bitch. What up, Big Nang? Big Nang says if Punk turns if Punk turns into a Pokemon, I'll definitely buy the pay-per-view. If you're just tuning in, bro, BC made a little bit of a joke earlier because this whole Mox Punk thing has been so botched, so fucking weird. Fans divide. Nobody knows what's even happening, and the pay-per-view is in just a couple of nights. Sunday night. So BC said at this point, it doesn't matter if CM Punk turns heel, turns into Fred Flintstone, turns into a fucking Pokemon, turns into a Power Ranger, it wouldn't matter. So Big Nang said, if he turns into a Pokemon, I'm buying the paper. Listen, Big Nang, if CM Punk comes to the ring as a Pokemon or a Power Ranger, BC's going to have to fork over the cash at that point, bro. Because that'd be too funny. Insane hippie insane. Haven't seen you up in the chat in a minute. What up? Insane hippie insane with that 5-spot coffee. Appreciate it, dude. CM Punk should not have been the guy to get the open challenge contract. It should have been MJF. Tony needs to grovel and beg to get him back. Well, listen, Insane, hippie, insane. The only way that this plays off that BC gives a fuck about, I don't care about a Punk heel turn. I don't give a fuck about any of that. MJF is going to have to show up somehow now at the pay-per-view and start something huge storyline-wise like only MJF can produce. Otherwise, this was a bigger botch than we ever thought imaginable. So you are absolutely correct. It was Punk. We're going to get the rematch. If you're on board with this decision, you're going to pay the money. If you think this is absolutely the hierarchy of stupidity, you're not going to watch this pay-per-view at all. You're going to watch The Clash on Saturday night. You're going to watch NXT When Worlds Collide on Sunday afternoon into the evening. And you're not going to have, that's going to be almost 4 hours at Clash, 2 to 3 hours at NXT. So close to 7 hours, and then over 4 hours for AEW, because so far Tony Khan has 14 fucking matches. I don't know that many people that are going to watch nearly 12 hours of action this weekend. And that's your fucking main event build-up? Insane, hippie, insane. I appreciate that. World of Wrestling with a 5-spot coffee. What up, World of Wrestling? TK needs to hit the reset button after the pay-per-view. Otherwise, he is going to lose me as a fan. That's coming from World of Wrestling, who's a fan of AEW as well. And that goes to show you guys. I mean, this is another person saying, dude, like, after the pay-per-view, please just, like, take a deep breath, do some yoga, get some zen in your life, get some bookers, a creative team, and let's start doing things a little bit more in the right way, man. Let's stop with this little neat shit and let's grow the company, grow the business, get all of your audience invested into what you're doing. World of Wrestling, no lies detected, bro. Appreciate that, man. Dante Jaron 23's up in here. Man, you guys are fucking rocking this stream, bro. This is on 20-something minutes of notice on a Thursday afternoon. Dante Jaron 23, $4.99. Britt was the only champ booked decent. Sheeta, Nyla, Rio, Rosa. Sheeta again, afterthoughts. No doubt, Dante. I say that all the time. That's why I don't just say Rosa. I say this is a slap in the face to all the fucking women's roster. Sheeta, during the pandemic too, and when Tony Khan really didn't know what to do with the women, Sheeta put that women's division on her back. Whether people like it or not, whether they're a fan of Sheeta, she put the division on her back just to get nothing in return twice. Correct, Dante Jaron 23, dude. Big Nang with another 2-spot. Is the Cruiserweight division the blame for the flips and dives? Oh, I don't know about to blame, Big Nang. They started that shit a long time ago. But back then it was fun, you know? You watched WCW and you had the Cruiserweight division, then you had a match or sometimes 2 matches, and the Cruiserweights were diving all around the ring, and you know, it was like, oh, cool, okay. But, you know, you couldn't do a whole night of that. That would just be too much, man. You're going to burn out your audience. You're going to burn out the fucking interest. And now in 2022, pro wrestling has just become work rate. Pro wrestling has become they're not wrestlers anymore. They're gymnasts. And most of these wrestlers, it's so sad. If I bump into them in a mall or at the local grocery store, it's not about, even if you're a kid, it's not about like asking for autographs or a picture or saying, hey, what's up, man? I'd walk right by them because I wouldn't even know they're wrestlers, guys. That's so sad, man. I'm not even just talking size. I'm saying there's nothing about them that jumps off the screen. Most of them. Pro wrestling has gotten weird. It's gotten so fucking weird, man. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't blame cruiserweights because that was fun back in the day, but man, now you just see all nights of basically just that style of wrestling. It's insane, man. Nobody wants to just tone it down for a minute, relax, right? Everyone take a breath, use your in-ring psychology, learn how to sell, right? That's where that believability and realism is going to come from your audience, and you're going to have us in the palm of your hand. And at the culminating moment of the match, we're going to pop huge. We don't get that anymore, man. Big Nang. Thank you, brother. Ed Rom, 5-spot. Ed Rom with that coffee says, have to agree with you, BC. This multiple tag matches, all the flips and moves on every match and not selling, it does not make sense. Ed Rom, I do appreciate that, honestly. Not just because, somebody agrees with me. No. It's that people understand my words and why I'm saying it. How passionate I am for this business. And that I want to see it get better. And Ed, I appreciate that, man. When you think about my words, whether you want to agree or whether I just pissed you off by saying that because you enjoy all of it, it doesn't get away from the fact that tag matches are not believable anymore in AEW, especially because they don't care about the tag. You watch any tag match in AEW, the whole match is just every participant in the ring together, doing their flips and their dives, and creating nothing but utter chaos and anarchy while the crowd is busting a nut, chanting, "This is awesome!" And I'm not on board with that type of pro wrestling in 2022. No, that's not pro wrestling, guys. It's not wrestling. Ed Rom, you'll get me popping for tag matches when they actually look and resemble tag matches. Appreciate that, dude. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. Pray for me this weekend, family. All out. Oh, you're going. Derek Fleming Jr., I hope you have a good time. There should be a good atmosphere. I'm pretty sure the boys and the gals would put on bangers, Derek Fleming Jr. Derek, you're going to show up to All Out. You're going to do all the chants. You're going to be on your feet flipping out about and marking out over the bangers. And then afterwards, everyone's going to go online, talk about how fucking great it was, and everybody that complained it was going to be a weird pay-per-view was wrong. WWE does it all the time. It doesn't make it right. For 10 fucking years, WWE has neglected the build-up to pay-per-views. And then when the pay-per-view happens, all the performers have to work double time, double hard, to try to put out a good show. And they do most of the time. And then we're all like, all right, at least it turned out to be a good show. That doesn't make the booking of it correct or the right thing to do. It doesn't make the lack of build any much better. Okay, you had injuries. Find creative ways with the roster you do have to make it fun. Don't just blame injuries, bro. You're going to have a good time, Derek Fleming Jr. Let me know how it went. Let me know all the inside scoops, brother. Appreciate that. Jimmy Fingers 19. Oh, I got you. Okay, I lost my middle screen for a second there. Hold on. I got you, Jimmy Fingers. 519. I would rather watch Supermarket Steve versus Luigi Lugnuts over Omega and Ospreay. And Jimmy Fingers 19, that's fucking sad because I have such respect for Ospreay, as I'm pretty sure you do. I'm actually a fan of Kenny Omega, but I don't blame you for saying that because Supermarket Steve and Luigi Lugnuts know how to sell properly. They let their matches breathe. They use psychology. So I'm actually with you on that, Jimmy Fingers 19. 1,000,000%. Jimmy Fingers 19 also says with a 219. Appreciate another coffee. Jimmy Fingers 19 fucking rocking this shit today. Only way I want to see Braun is with Rowan and Bray. Now, Jimmy Fingers, I think you alluded to that in the past too. I just don't want to see Bray come back and just reform a Wyatt family, minus especially the big dog upstairs. Much love, Brody Lee. I don't know if I want to see that, but with Braun Strowman coming back, is this maybe the door to Bray Wyatt coming back? I didn't even think of that, Jimmy Fingers 19. Only way I want to see Braun is with Rowan and Bray. So Jimmy Fingers 19, you just actually made BC think about something. Maybe this is the beginning of the entryway of Bray Wyatt. We know he's coming back sooner rather than later to WWE. Maybe Braun Strowman is going to be a part of this somehow. Good call, Jimmy Fingers 19. I appreciate that. I didn't even put the two together, man. I'm getting all this info literally minutes before I went live, and now we're talking about it. Salute, dude. Ed Rom with a 5-spot coffee. Ed says Strowman and Rowan back with Bray, question mark. So Ed Rom is saying the same thing. I didn't even think about this until you guys are saying this now, man. Strowman and Rowan back with Bray. I guess it could be. I just don't want to see a Wyatt family reunion right when Bray comes back. I said the same thing about Malachi when he got to AEW. I know eventually Tony Khan is going to put him in a faction. Hopefully lead a faction, which he is. Because Tony Khan is faction happy. Everything has to be a faction. But I was hoping it wasn't going to be for a couple of years up front, right? Let Malachi really establish himself as a singles wrestler and do everything that he could have done in WWE, but never got the opportunity. Instead, Tony Khan has found a way to make him just as fucking irrelevant. So I'll keep up that same energy with WWE. I don't want to see Bray up front with Braun and Rowan. But man, the love that they would show Big Brody from way up high, man, that would be fucking awesome. I don't know. I didn't even think of Strowman coming back and setting up Bray, which is what we thought was going to come first. We'll see, man. Ed Rom, Jimmy Fingers 19, thanks for making me think about that. Christopher Blackshear 199, TK shouldn't be doing interviews with YouTubers at all. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just YouTube. I think it's other content creators, wrestling journalists, supposedly, but it's not like it's fucking Sports Illustrated, Sports Center, Forbes magazine. I mean, this guy is thinking that he's the owner of a football team. Actually, he kind of is, isn't he? His father owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's almost like he's trying to play his father, but with AEW, you know? Like, my dad does this with the Jaguars. I'm doing it with AEW. I just wish he spent less time talking in interviews and more time trying to book the women properly so that he wouldn't have to go into these interviews and media calls and totally trash his women's roster. Like he just said about Rosa. I don't know why people are upset. I mean, it's not like Thunder Rosa can cut an 8 or draw in an 8-minute promo like CM Punk. Why would you say that lie, bro, whether that's true or not? You don't say that to a media call. Throw your wrestlers under the bus, dude. Christopher Blackshear, appreciate that, bro. Good seeing you up in here, Christopher, too. Always good seeing Christopher up in here. Oh, we had a few more, too, man. I thought that was it. Hold on. Real Metalhead 21 with a 10 spot. You got that banging super emoji, man. That looks like a jacked up motherfucker right there, bro. Is that Braun Strowman? Real Metalhead 21. I appreciate that. Real Metalhead 21 also with another 5. That was a 10 spot. Real Metalhead 21 with a 5 spot coffee. Says, came over from JD's channel. OTS member here wanted to support and send a super chat. Real Metalhead 21. I appreciate that, bro. Over from Off the Script, JD's channel. I appreciate that big time, man. Always welcomed here. You're going to get a lot of different takes. Me and JD agree on a lot, and then there's a lot we just don't agree on, like to a whole nother stratosphere. So you're going to hear something from him, and you're going to hear probably different from me, and then it's all in fun, bro. OTS is always welcomed here. And I'm sure he's always going to welcome Amplified Unit over there. So, Real Metalhead 21, thanks for coming. And I hope you stick around, you know. A lot of people come in, they're like, I like BC, he is cool. And then I say something they don't like and they run away. BC, I'm unsubbing. I didn't like what you talked about. And I'm like, I'm not an airport, motherfucker. You don't got to announce your departure. Hit the bricks. You just got Das Boot. Give a fuck. Real Metalhead 21. Appreciate that, man. Takara Turner 199. Takara. Hopefully I said that correctly. No words needed, just showing the love. So right back to you, Takara Turner, with that 199. I appreciate that. Salute. Unique Butterfly with that 5 spot coffee. Unique Butterfly is a tried and true member, but I don't see her up in here as often. Unique says, I can only imagine how difficult it was for Cody to walk away from something that he helped to create. If you ask me, TK mirrors VKM very much. Sadly, Unique Butterfly. Sadly, we see a lot of McMahon-isms in Tony Khan. And I don't think Tony Khan set out to do that, but I think the business sometimes drowns him a lot, and he ends up making erratic, kind of stupid VKM-type decisions. I absolutely agree with you. And yeah, how hard Cody Rhodes helped to create AEW to to just walk away from that is not a decision that you make in an hour or a night or a week or a month. That had to have been festering in Cody. Something was happening behind the scenes where Cody was like, this can't be it. This is not where I envisioned AEW going, and I have unfinished business in the E. So for Cody Rhodes to do that, bro. Unique Butterfly, that's probably one of the hardest decisions he'll ever professionally make. Easily, we can say that. Guys, I think I got everybody. I don't know how you guys came fucking rocking today. I was not expecting this to go that much over an hour. We're fucking headed toward 2 hours and a half. You guys fucking rock, man. I appreciate every single one of you, man. There's still hundreds live, even though we're just going through super chats. So that's how rocking we were today, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm giving you guys a round of applause. You are awesome. You are... there you go. You guys deserve that fucking chant. Fuck everything else. You guys made this fun. You guys kept BC rocking, man. And I shut that poll down. You guys, 67% said they're not excited for Braun Strowman. Poor Braun Strowman, man. We'll see what Braun brings to WWE on Monday, man. We'll definitely, because that's when we're hearing he's coming back. So we'll see. To everybody, dude, I see that over 350 on the ups. That greatly helps the algorithm. If you guys don't mind, keep smashing that. We got to hit toward 400 live. We're on our way to that. So that's badass. So keep smashing that. And I will see you guys this week. It's going to be a packed weekend. I want to do live Clash at the Castle. If you guys are going to be cool with that, I would like to be live for WWE Clash at the Castle. And then we have to see what I'm going to do for NXT. I don't know about All Out. I can't really review the whole show. Tony doesn't like that anyway. But so we'll see. It's going to be a lot of wrestling this weekend. But I might even have something tomorrow. So just stay subscribed and notified. And you guys might get a notification tomorrow. There's a chance that I might be able to do an extra live tomorrow. So, yeah, wherever that notification bell is, I don't even know where it is, but locate that. That'll tell you when. I usually only give about 20 minutes of notice. So, guys, much love and respect to all you guys, man. Smurfy Toombs, Carlos Ray, especially in that 20 spot, man. Not needed. You know that more than anybody, but I appreciate that love and respect always, Carlos. And it's right back to you, dude. Iron Riaz was up in here. Renee G. James Shrimp Fajitas was up in here. You keep whooping ass, brother. Marie Applewhite was up in here. Prime Killer. Jimmy Fingers 19. Up in this bitch. Melissa was up in here. Johnny Thunder was up in here. Big Nang. Yeah, I got Melissa, right? Tony Partita was up in here. Damien was up in here. Anthony was up in here. Danielle was up in here. A lot of motherfuckers. But JR9 was not up in here. JR9's not up in here. He's in Cardiff, Wales, on his way. So, JR9, man, we are all sending you much love and respect. Our right-hand man, we did this whole 2 hours plus with our JR9. So, we want to show some love and respect, man. I hope you get some good fucking information for BC when you come back. Warwick was up in here. James Miller. Ice Jones was up in here. Ryu 1972 was up in this bitch. Glad to know that you understand what's happening with Vince McMahon. People's Champs up in here. Nathan was up in here. Sean was up in here. All my Super Chat VIPs, you guys are the fucking best. Never needed, always appreciated, man. You want to tip the creator. That just shows an extra level of respect that I want to make sure you guys know is right back to you. Hold on, man. There was a DB, man, right at the end of this. DB with a 5-spot coffee. DB says, it's JD's fault. It's PC's fault. LOL. Coming from a clown that has been getting go away heat since he's got to WWE. Red team, go! Yeah, no. It's not JD's. It's not BC. We're supposed to blame Bruce Pritchard. That's the easy person to blame for everything. Right. But that's what everybody says when the wrestling world collapses. It's easy to just blame JD or BC or they're talking badly about wrestling. Well, maybe if wrestling was better, we'd talk more positive. Maybe, right? Oh, no. You can't speak truthful these days, man. Can't speak about the truth. We got to fucking dick ride every company and say that everything is awesome. We got to be like the guy in the front row with his little sign last night. Just enjoy wrestling. 2 full hours. He did not put that sign down. Every once in a while, he had to wiggle his arm because he was getting tired. I'm thinking, bro, your message has been sent. You want us all to just fucking enjoy wrestling. Well, a lot of us can't enjoy it because we think it sucks today. And we're trying to voice our displeasure so it gets better to our liking. This guy was on a fucking mission last night. Just enjoy wrestling, and I'm going to hold this for 2 fucking hours. I couldn't even concentrate on a lot of the action because this fucking guy in his stupid sign, he wouldn't put it down. Newsflash, for every single one of you that ever go to a wrestling event in the future, hold up your sign, get your message, that's fine. Can you do me a favor? When the action starts, put the fucking sign down. Do us all a favor. Put the fucking sign down. Oh my goodness, man. I could not stand that little fucker in the front row. Piece of fucking shit. Put your fuck... No, I didn't enjoy it, bitch. How do you like that? For 2 hours, you held that thing up, and I didn't enjoy it. How's that grab you, huh? How's that? I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it at all. Bitch, 2 hours you told me to enjoy it, and I didn't enjoy shit. Yo, Primo Cologne, 449. Primo, BC, how is the 18 to 49 demo for Dynamite so low of they're doing a 1 million and a 0.35 demo? That means more older people are watching. Yeah, it's weird, man. Primo Cologne, they pulled a 0.34 last week. So they stayed almost the same. They didn't improve. They improved by a 0.01, right? 0.01, yeah. Because they were a 0.34 last week, 0.35 this week. So 2 straight weeks with Mox and Punk as your centerpiece. I don't know, Primo Cologne. A lot of the older people watching the past few weeks, I don't know. I got to see that demo, to be honest. I got to see what the 50-plus demo looks like. Primo Cologne, good point. I got to check more about the breakdown of the ratings when I get done with this stream. Actually, I have to do some traveling. But when I get a chance, I'll check that out. Primo, much love and respect. I appreciate that, dude. Wow, you guys are fucking the best, man. All right. I kept you here almost 2.5 hours. This is where I say top guy and I'm fucking out. Salute to all my amplified unit, my tried and trues, my new amp unit members that just today smashed the subscription button. I appreciate it. Welcome. Hopefully you can handle the truth that we dish and not get butthurt and offended by it. And hopefully we'll see you back, man. Salute to all you guys. Much love. There's only one thing left to do. I have my screen ready for it. Sasha, if you want to go ahead and press that motherfucker. Unit, real quick before we end, can you tell my assistant Sasha what she needs to do, please? That's right. Salute, Melissa. Pile Driver knows. James knows. Carlos. How about more of you guys should know what needs to be done? Only a couple of you guys know what Sasha needs to do? DeMonte knows. Melissa knows. Smurfy knows. All right. You guys are coming around. Marie knows. Melvin knows. Oh, Warwick, now we know. Oh, hold on. Before you do that, Sasha, Primo Cologne with that 449 says, Brandon Thurston said 605,000 viewers were over 50. 444K were in the 18 to 49, totaling 1.049 million. Now, that's last week's 1.049. That changed a little bit for this week's 1,020,000 viewers. But Primo, that's insane to think that over 600,000 was over the age of 50. Again, I have to break that down. I have to go check that out. But if that stands true, that's unusual. And that says a lot, and I just don't know what. I got to dissect that. Primo Cologne, I appreciate that man. I got to check that shit myself. Because if that's the numbers that Brandon Thurston is spitting out, BC's got to do some invest in what was his name? What the fuck was Gadget's name? Inspector Gadget. I almost called him Investor Gadget. Investor, like he's a shareholder in WWE. I have to do my Inspector Gadget on these numbers. Anyway, you guys all know what's up, man. Primo, I appreciate it. All you guys were correct. Sasha, you need to hit my fucking music. Hit it. Hit my music. She's over here laughing instead of hitting the music. I scream, hit my music, and she's laughing. Fucking laughing. You got one job. Hit the button. Hit the fucking button, Sasha. Fuck. Salute, guys. Much love. I'm out. Too funny. I'm out. Check you.